800-951-0592. We'll get back to the Stanford professor here. The Dow now down over 600 plus points. Gold's up 30. Silver's up 35. The sale today, and it's a really good one on some silver here. We've got some junk silver, and I love it because it's at least a little less expensive. Dimes and quarters. I got rolls of silver quarters. Those are 40 silver quarters, $10 face value silver quarters, $270 a roll. You're saving $15 a roll on the silver quarters. The silver dimes, that's a $5 roll, 50 silver dimes, $135, so you're saving $7.50 a roll on that. And the funny part is, we're pretty much the cheapest in the country before the sale. But now we're going to be even cheaper, and then $10 on the gold side, $10 liberties, $1,225 on the $10 liberties. And again, I have no idea what the Fed is doing right now. Tomorrow is the big announcement. Obviously, with what's happening in the banking sector again today, this is going to be very dovish. I think they're still going to raise rates, even though they shouldn't, because again, they're weak. I think that they're also going to talk as nicely as possible. They're going to tell you how safe the banking system is, even though obviously it's not. There is a potential for them to up the FDIC insurance. I think that could happen. And potentially doing it for businesses, because that's really a big problem. $250,000, if you're any type of business at all that does any type of volume, well, that's nothing. Right? That's not a lot. I think they could try to do a lot of things. What I think about, we're going to see much, much, much higher gold and silver pricing. Take advantage. And again, we've said this for a while, right? If you want to pay more, wait. This is the stair stepping that we've talked about. I think tomorrow we're going to get the word pause out of the central bank. And of course that is going to send the dollar lower. That will send bond yields lower. And I think we're going to see gold hit new record highs. I don't foresee a soft landing, especially now when we look at the data from the job openings today, and then the quits. Right, all of a sudden, nobody's quitting their jobs now. This is happening very quickly, and it really isn't that quick. Jason brought it up. Hey, you get a 90-day notice, and we're only 60 days into the 90 days. I think this economy is going to look very different in the next 30, 60, 90 days from now. I fully expect the central bank and Jay Powell to be weak. And I absolutely think they will lower rates before the year is out. And again, I think we'll see silver, with a 3 handle. I mean, if things go really bad, silver could be in the 40s. So take advantage here. You got rolls of silver quarters, 40 silver quarters at $270. You're saving $15 a roll. Rolls of silver dimes at $135. So you're saving $7.50 there. And then the $10 liberties, like I said, on this gold side, loaded up. $10 liberties, $1,225 at 800-951 0592, and we're talking the Stanford professor and banking expert, Professor Saru, in a report to the Hoover Institute, saying that he's done the math, that 2,315 banks out of the 4,800 are currently sitting on assets worth less than their liabilities. That's right now. He says the market value of those loan portfolios are $2 trillion lower than the stated book value. So when you think about First Republic, the FDIC, well, we took a $13 billion hit and we lent J.P. Morgan $50 billion. Professor Sanu's kind of laughing at that. He says, listen, we all right now have a $2 trillion difference. These lenders, he wants people to know, it's not just the small banks, it's not just the regional banks, include Big Beast, one of the 10 most vulnerable banks, is a globally systemic entity with assets of over $1 trillion. Now, he doesn't name names, but he's saying that one of the 10, let's just call it systemically important banks, currently is in a negative equity situation. 3 others are large banks. So I'm going to assume these are online or on par with, say, Silicon Valley and First Republic. It is not just a problem for banks that have less than $250 billion that didn't even have to pass a stress test. So when you look at all of the things that the Stanford professor was saying, this is a huge deal, right? Because he's saying, listen, it's got everybody here. Because we know if one of the systemically important banks go, they all go. Right? We know that already. And he's saying, listen, one of them's already in this situation, and yet they're telling you how safe everything is. Caution here. Caution here. If the economy goes into recession, right now you got to magnify this problem. And this is the bad part. It'd be one thing if we thought the economy was gaining steam and picking up and, right, hey, we can maybe work our way out. It's actually the other way around. And this number looks like it's going to get worse. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back after the break. (800-951-0592) Patriot Radio News Hour. I got a couple of lines open. We've got something for everybody on the gold side. $10 Liberties. This is the buy of the day because I got a feeling things are going to, well, it depends on how you look at it, improve significantly for gold and silver. Unfortunately, deteriorate significantly for a lot of the rest of the economy as the bank run continues here. And again, the Fed is in their meeting. We'll get the results tomorrow. And then on the silver side, this is a huge savings. I mean, at one point yesterday, silver got to $26. It's $25.40. It's on its way to $30. Silver quarters at $2.70 a roll. Silver dimes at $135 a roll. At 800-951-0592. Now, we've got other problems. I know. Fitch, the rating agency Fitch, just downgraded France yesterday. Here we go. Right? Here we go. This is how it starts right? The spending problems. Wait. Well, I wonder what they're going to do when they see the size of our debts. Speaking of debt, Janet Yellen, Jason and I talked about this at length yesterday. Man, how bad is it? Janet Yellen, after Jason and I got off the air, tax receipts have come in so light that the emergency measures for the debt ceiling, she said, the Treasury will be out of money June 1st. That was like the worst case scenario. Matter of fact, yes, I said, it's probably going to be mid-July. June 1st. It's May 2nd. They haven't even started working on this. This is a huge problem. A huge problem. And again, I think they'll try to kick the can down the road and buy some time. But it looks like the size of the debt is skyrocketing when you talk about tax returns being that light here. And we just don't know, because right now they can't go any higher than the $31.4 trillion. Well, we can already guess it's probably 32 plus already. How bad is it going to get? And then last but not least, and of course, well, it's not even last probably, but next, I guess, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Algeria, Egypt, Bahrain, and Iran have all formally asked to join BRICS. This is a huge, huge, huge development. We've been reporting now almost, I don't even know, for the last several months, ever since really Silicon Valley's trouble popped up. Country after country saying, you know what, we're going to trade with China in renminbi. Now essentially, let's just call this what it is, the Middle East pretty much has now said that they have all formally asked to join the BRICS. In total now, 19 nations have expressed interest in joining Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And again, this is a huge development. Why? Because it means that they are going to stop trading in dollars, period. When these countries trade with each other, they are going to trade. Obviously, China, their biggest trading partners in renminbi, but even when they trade with each other, they'll use reals, they'll use whatever their currencies are. At a time when our banking system is starting to hemorrhage, the fact of the matter is we have a balance sheet at the Fed that's $8+ trillion. We're at a debt ceiling, and we need to be able to sell this debt. And this is a big development, because this is oil. And I have a hard time, because it's hard for people. Because when you hear the list, like, okay, well, Saudi Arabia, UAE, they're pretty big, right, as far as energy. Egypt, okay, well, they're not huge, right? Bahrain, Iran. What's the big deal? Well, you already got China and India on there, right? I mean, they're big economies and getting bigger. But the big deal is oil, just by itself. Think about it. You could take oil, and of course they got a lot of natural gas as well. But think about taking all the corn, all the soybeans, right? All of the steel, the copper, the iron ore, right? You could add it all together, and it's not the size of the oil market. This is going to be a significant reduction in the amount of dollars being used in global trade. And again, it's not like the dollar's going away. The problem is its market share is going to be reduced significantly. We've never seen this. I mean, really, the dollar's been the dominant player since Bretton Woods. We've never seen a shift happen as quickly as we're seeing it happen. And I don't think it's by coincidence that we've got a banking crisis unfolding. We've got a debt ceiling crisis. We've got this war that we decided we had to have with Russia in Ukraine, and the fact that we've used the dollar as a weapon for a long time. It's kind of that perfect storm. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back wrapping it up on this Tuesday. $800-951-0592. You just got me for the rest of the show. Jason's working on some things for us here. Gold's up 32, 2024. Silver's up 45 cents now, 25.45. Again, silver, quarters, and dimes. It's the deal of the day. Quarters at $2.70, dimes at $135 a roll. You get 50 silver dimes in every roll, 40 silver quarters in every roll. And then on the gold side, $10 liberties, $1,225. And I'm scared about what it's going to be tomorrow. And again, by all accounts, I believe that Jay Powell will raise rates tomorrow, and then because of what is happening, talk extremely, extremely dovishly. There will be a pause. I wouldn't be surprised if they start talking about raising FDIC limits. And, of course, you can raise them all you want. You can say they're all guaranteed like they did that one day. But they don't got any money. I mean, that's kind of the problem with it all, right? It just doesn't, the math just doesn't work. PacWest Bank has been halted 12 times already today as they're trying to get through the day here. Western Alliance, another bank that's under extreme duress right now. PacWest, I think at the height was down about 40%. And again, it's just simple math. Professor Saru over at Stanford saying that half of the U.S. banks right now are in where their assets don't equal their liabilities. Essentially, they're insolvent if they had to be marked to market. And again, the problem is, and this is why, and I said it yesterday, this isn't over. Of course, I didn't know this was going to happen today. But things appear like they're going to get worse, right? We're going to slow down more, right? We're going to have more issues in commercial real estate, probably residential real estate as well. Especially, we've been waiting for jobs, right? We've been waiting. When is it going to happen? Then today, the job openings number collapses. The quits number, which has been huge. Everybody was quitting. Now all of a sudden, nobody's quitting. These are very important signs. And on top of this, we had France get downgraded by Fitch today. The Russia, China, India, Brazil, the BRICS train. Man, what a shot in the arm today, where essentially the Middle East has now said, yeah, we're on board. We're on board with BRICS. And the fact that they said, hey, by the way, there's 19 other countries that we're talking with as well. These are all major developments happening all at once. Jason pointed out yesterday, this new Fed coin thing, Fed Now, starts in July. And is it going to be one of those situations where all of a sudden this is the ride to the rescue thing? I don't know that it's going to happen that fast. If you would have asked me 2 days ago, I probably would have said no, but now, bank stocks getting halted a dozen times in a few hours, that's never a good sign. 800-951-0592. Coming right back with the half-empty cup. Get that gold and silver put away. We'll talk again tomorrow.